NeamStream. Welcome to the first ever NeamStream Podcast. I am your host, Patrick, aka NeamStream Pat. Joining me is my co-host,
Nate, aka Broke Bottle.
Alright, and we're going to have a good show for you tonight. Nate, would you like to begin?
Alright, we're going to start by talking about the PlayStation brand itself, with a little overview and some personal experience we had with the console.
And I think I'd like to start. For me, my history with the Sony brand goes way back. Back in the day when my brother first got his PS2, he gave me his PS1. But because the PS2 was a new thing, I always wanted to play it. Then the PS3 was the first console my parents ever bought for me, new. The PSP handheld was the first handheld console I ever got. And then the Vita was the first ever console I bought for myself with money that I made. And then the PS4 was the last Christmas gift my parents said they would get me as a big, here you go, Merry Christmas present. So I'd say my history with PlayStation runs deep. Unit?
Mine was pretty deep as yours, but I also had Xbox. But my Xboxes they continued to break over time. Like I had like 3 of them that keep on breaking.
360 or
the first Xbox.
Oh.
And then eventually I went to PlayStation 2, which was the one that my dad bought. And from then on, it's been more PlayStations. Because then I got the 3 for a Christmas gift, and then I bought my 4, which is the first console I ever bought for myself, which was pretty nice. Especially because I was this all throughout the years played almost all of them, and had almost all of them.
Yeah, and just because we have so many good fond memories with PlayStation, that doesn't mean we can't see what's wrong with them.
Definitely.
Like me for one, as PlayStation Plus has been going on, I've been feeling less and less like it was worth the initial buy.
They kind of forced it on you. I mean, not in a bad way, but kind of just for PlayStation 3 it was just a thing, and now it's mandatory with the PS4 if you want to play online.
Yeah, with the PlayStation 3, we could play online for free anytime, but that PlayStation Plus with some extra games you could get if you want. But now if you want to even play a game that you bought for $60, you're gonna have to pay extra just to be able to get all the features on it, especially with games like Destiny and The Division, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you want a full experience, you're gonna have to, dish out money for both.
And the worst part is, every month, those free games aren't always a hit. They're not always, that great.
Oh. I've had a very, few good experiences with the Plus games. It just, though, they don't turn out to be as great as they seem.
Like, what's the last really good PlayStation Plus game that you got for yourself?
The last really good one would probably have to be Rocket League.
Yeah.
That'd be a couple months ago.
Yeah. Last fall?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was before Christmas.
Definitely.
I think it's catering more to the indie games now for Plus. I mean, I have no problem with indie games. Some of them are really epic.
Like Broforce.
Exactly, but that's not really what most people want. Maybe they should switch it off. Maybe they should have one somewhat bigger title and then 2 indies. Maybe that'll balance it out a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe. And I don't want to sound like leave last generation behind, but maybe they should stop, thinking so big for the PS3. Like what they're giving to us, they should be giving to the PS3 people. They should be giving them the indies.
Yeah, I've seen that recently because PlayStation 3 got a couple collections, and I was like, oh man, I wish I still had my PS3. Because if that was coming out on the PS4, that'd been awesome. They got the Hitman collection the other day. They got Deus Ex the other day. I was like, man,
they got Deus Ex?
Yeah, they had it before.
Wow.
They're going out with hits. I don't know what's going on.
Exactly, and they should be, thinking that way about the PS4. Giving us those really good hits. I know it sounds kind of selfish, but we paid for the new hardware, so
seems like we should be able to get it.
Yeah. And another flaw with them is the complete and utter lack of, support with the PS Vita. I mean, if I may quote a man I respect a lot, I would get the Vita because it seems like a really good system, but it doesn't have any games. Did I say that right, Nate?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Which is true. It is a really good system.
It's crazy.
But just like the best games came out probably the first year, and then no more.
I think they kind of like they pushed it out, but they didn't keep supporting it. That was the issue.
Yeah, I mean that first year, in that first year span, we got Gravity Rush, a really good game, an Uncharted game, which looked really well. It looked just as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Tearaway, and Killzone. 4 really big, good titles. But recently, there really hasn't been that many.
I think they realized how much it was like lacking in the U.S. market, so they pushed it more mainly towards the Japanese market.
Yeah, because you still see a lot of JRPGs.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I think it's just that they need to have more developers just push their games on it. That'll make it more popular again. Because on the PSP, when you go look through the games, you could see they're all they're trying a lot. They had the sports games, all the Call of Duty started getting on there. They had a spin-off from all the big titles on there. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were trying to give it attention, but on the Vita they just stopped. It's a more powerful system than the Nintendo, which is one of the most popular handhelds ever.
But they just don't got a Pokemon.
Exactly.
They need to find some way to get a Pokemon. The Vita really needs just some really good games to drive home the fact that you should get one. I mean, have you tried the remote play?
No.
I'll let you try the remote play. If you got a really good internet signal, it's actually really, really good. Playing your PS4 with the Vita.
Yeah.
And the screen looks really great on it. Especially the first one. I don't know about the second model, but that first one is a really beautiful screen.
See, they could use that more. But they could also blend that with certain aspects of games too to make it better.
Oh yeah, like give some features in certain games, like if you have a Vita.
Exactly. Probably make you get more reason to go get one.
And lastly, on this PlayStation topic, let's talk about their exclusives.
Oh, to me their exclusives have been lacking this couple of years. There of course there've been some bigger games that came out that probably didn't. They sold very well, but they don't have any of those games yet.
I mean, they had that Killzone game. They had the Infamous.
Mm-hmm.
They also had The Order.
Oh,
The Order. They had Bloodborne, which for that genre of people, they loved it.
Yeah, it had a very focused group of people they wanted to get. But it's those games. A lot of them came out the first year the PlayStation came out. Mm-hmm. PlayStation 4 came out, so they kind of felt rushed. So
yeah,
they weren't all that great, most of them.
And with me, I feel that I'm happy with the console once I have enough exclusive games that I really like to pay for the console itself. 5 $60 games.
Yeah,
that's $300 right there worth. But really, that hasn't I'm looking right now, and I don't have that many exclusive. I have a lot of multi-platforms.
Yeah.
Which I can also get on PC if I had a rig. So, I mean, Uncharted 4 is coming out soon, and that new Ratchet and Clank. But really,
those two may boost it up a little bit, but can't put everything on their shoulders yet.
Yeah,
they're gonna need to work on some more.
I mean, remember when the PS3 first came out?
Yeah.
And they started getting a bunch of exclusives. I mean, and it wasn't Jak and Daxter 4 or Ratchet and Clank. Well, they had new Ratchet and Clanks, but they also had what was their series? I'm blanking. the Insomniac series, Resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were also making new series.
Resistance, The Last of Us.
That was later though.
I mean, it still counts as exclusive.
Yeah, and right now we've been getting a lot of HD remakes. Like we got that Uncharted and the Last of Us one.
Yeah.
And the Gravity Rush one and the God of War one.
I think they're just trying to. They're probably just keeping the audience alive for those games. Maybe they're working on like PS4 versions.
Maybe, but yeah, they need to get new exclusives out here.
Yes, they do.
And not just more of the same. I mean, I love Uncharted, but you know, I like seeing new faces. I don't want a Nintendo on our hands, you know.
Yeah, cause what 4 is coming out? Uncharted 4.
Supposedly gonna be the last one.
Yeah, for people that never played any of the Uncharted, they could kind of like shy away from the game because this is the 4th installment of a series that was all on PS3. So, like, if you switched over to bought PS4, you can be like, oh man, I don't know. That's why they need new exclusives.
All right, now that we're done talking about that, let's talk about something that I am really getting tired of, and that's all the superhero movies. I mean, I love superhero movies, but I, for one, think that Marvel is starting to oversaturate it.
They release very, like, they release a lot of movies, like, in a year alone. Like, a lot of superhero movies come out just from Marvel Studios.
We're getting, what, 2 this year?
I believe so. Like 2 or 3 or something like that.
That's not even including all the X-Men movies.
Yeah, not even including the superhero movies from different companies.
Exactly. So in total, I think this year we're getting Captain America. We're getting Apocalypse. We got Deadpool.
Yeah.
We're getting the Batman movie and Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's 5 movies right there.
Yeah.
And movie tickets aren't cheap, like at all.
No, they'll stack up after a while.
Exactly.
All right, one thing that Marvel's doing that a lot of other companies are starting to copycat like now is the long movie lineups.
You mean like when they announce
You know,
years ahead?
Yeah, they have their movies set up for like 3 years ahead now from what they're coming out.
Nah, I think it was 5 when they first announced it.
Oh god.
I think it was to 2020. I know DC was.
I didn't see that, but I saw the Marvel one's going to like 2018 already.
And I think that Marvel and Disney, you know, they're getting a pretty big head. They think just because they got Marvel on that movie, Marvel Studios, that we're gonna watch it. But just with every other, you know, genre of things, there's gonna be a point where that economy drops.
Like, do you think that's gonna be anytime recently though? Because it's all superhero movies. It's hard to stop marketing that towards all those people that like those type of things.
Yeah, but with Marvel and Disney, they're doing a lot of other stuff too. I mean, they got the Netflix series. They got the series on CBS or ABC, I think.
Yeah.
You know, all the Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and now they're gonna have this cleanup crew or whatever TV show about the people who go and clean up after them. And you know, like, that's really hard, like, if you're a comic fan, to keep up with.
True.
And it's just getting tiring. Like, I remember when I would watch all 4 of the shows. I'd watch Flash, Arrow, Gotham, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I loved watching Arrow and Flash. And they had nothing to do with any movies. And I was okay with watching Gotham because I thought of it as a cop show instead of a superhero show. But the thing is, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I felt like I was doing homework. You know, because I wanted to keep up to see if anything would happen that would lead to the movies, which it rarely did.
Yeah, I think they just like mention names every now and then.
When I watch it, yeah.
You know, combined.
And then, like you said, of course, you really hated that because they're trying to help promote movies, there would be those massive gaps in time.
Yeah, it'd be like you watch an episode of the show, then it has to go on a hiatus for like 3 weeks, and then it shows again. It's like I ain't got time to wait for that. I mean, people don't even like waiting for the next season to happen of a show. Never mind, after like 2 episodes, you have to wait like 4 weeks. It's crazy.
And this isn't just happening with Marvel. I mean, look at what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done to other people, like DC. DC released Man of Steel, then right after that released that huge lineup.
Yeah, that long lineup of movies they already got planned, and some of them don't even have the actors yet, but they already have it planned.
Exactly. Like, I don't even know if they have a Shazam.
They don't yet.
They don't.
They already have the bad guy to fight him, but not even the main guy yet.
They have the villain.
Yeah,
yes.
They have the villain already, but not the hero himself. They don't even have a director for the movie.
And Fox too. I mean, if it wasn't for how bad Fantastic Four did that year, that would be another movie we were getting, another series.
Yeah, they didn't release the long lineup of their X-Men movies at least, but people still already know like what's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, which is what I like better, is when they don't announce everything that's coming out once.
Yeah, because like how Sony did it with the Amazing Spider-Man. They had that lineup release just like all the other superhero things.
They had the Venom, the Sinister Six, the 2 sequels to Amazing Spider-Man. Then what happened?
And then he went under the Marvel Studios name. And now all the movies that people probably actually wanted to see, now they're scrapped. But if they didn't have that long list, people wouldn't even know those movies were like a thing.
And they wouldn't be that disappointed.
Exactly.
Like, I was really sad when I found out there wouldn't be that Venom and Sinister Six movie anymore. And just think of what if that happens. Like, what if one of these movies in the long lineups, it's a major bust? I
think they really just don't think it's gonna be a bust.
Which isn't something you should ever think.
Exactly. All right, let's now move on to the shared movie universe, and with the same thing goes on with the universe of TV shows. Now, as an average moviegoer or like an average person that doesn't really pay attention to any of the comic books or like that much, like know too deeply about any of the heroes, it's like, oh, cool, a movie's coming out. But now, then you go watch it. But now, like, movies are so shared in almost everything. If you miss a movie, you can miss a completely a big plot of the next movie you see, that gets kind of annoying at times because it kind of makes you forced to go watch a movie.
Like, let's say someone doesn't like Captain America at all, his character, anything.
Yeah. So
they refuse to watch any Captain America movies. Think about how lost they would have been in this Age of Ultron movie. Like, where's S.H.I.E.L.D.? What happened?
Exactly. They would have been like, oh, what's going on? Where's S.H.I.E.L.D.? Where's this guy? It's like, man, you missed so much the last movie. It's like, the last movie. So now you're kind of like, even if you're not even that much interested in the character, you probably still have to go watch the movie or you're going to be lost.
And just think about, if these TV shows are to introduce, a main character.
Yeah. Like
a big character. And they just show up in a movie. You're like, who's this? I don't know him. They probably expect people to watch the show to know him.
Exactly.
But average moviegoers won't even want to because, they don't probably have time to do that anymore.
Yeah, I watch all these movies. And, in a single year nowadays, it could be at least, 5 superhero movies. Over three different studios. That could be a lot to watch in 1 year. Especially if you want to go watch your other movies.
Exactly. There are a lot of other good movies out there too, not just superhero. But exactly. Now you gotta choose. Mm-hmm. Not everyone has so much expendable income that they can watch every single one to be caught up.
And it's even more expensive if you want to go buy DVDs of all those movies.
Yes. But so far, the superhero movies in general, they've been alright. Some have been a little below average, but usually they've been okay. Since we were talking so much bad about Marvel, let's say our favorite movie that they made so far.
I like the second Captain America movie. That'd be one of my favorite
Winter
ones.
Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. What'd you like about it?
I like the whole. It's more than just like a superhero movie. Seemed like to me, because if you didn't like understand if he was a superhero or not, it was pretty cool. Going against the agency and
kind of a spy movie.
Yeah, it's had a spy movie feel to it, and I really like that. That's what I like the most. And the fight scenes are really cool in there. Action scenes.
Yeah, and I actually liked the first Iron Man a lot. I still think that's probably one of my favorites. That tale of redemption.
Yeah.
And plus all the seeing him make the first suit and slowly
building up his.
Slowly building the new ones. Testing them out. But speaking of that, that's another huge thing about these long lineups. I really hate recastings, like a lot. In the first movie, they had someone different playing James Rhodey, his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
I think
and then they replaced him with Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really dislike recast.
That's not fully on the studio's part though. More than anything, it's usually the actor.
Exactly. Like, what if an actor finally decides that they had enough?
It's probably gonna come to that day when one of these actors is not gonna want to do that, be in the superhero movie more, so they're gonna recast.
Exactly. And I, for one, I really like the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk more than the Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
So that was a really sad day when I saw that he wasn't gonna be in that movie.
But it's like, I guess they also trying to show that anyone could be changed, and the hero or that person still get good reviews. Maybe.
So we've been keeping up with some late news. What do you think about that whole PS4 and Xbox One and PC cross-platform play? What do you think this has in store for all of us in the gaming world?
I've been waiting for something like this. I think this should happen a long time ago. I think we're all ready. I mean, making the consoles cross-platform has always been like a dream, but now that it can actually come to fruition, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, they're gonna have to balance some stuff out if they want to blend it also with PC. But I think this is
one-shot headshots.
Yeah, this is the future. Like, this is where it should have been. And now if they do this happens, the companies now would have to focus more on exclusives to make the exclusives better. Because now you have to choose what console you want. If all the consoles, you could play with all your friends across every gaming platform ever.
Yeah, but thinking about that, could you, let's say you had a friend on Xbox, do you think you could find them and add them as a friend?
I think they would have to change the interfaces of both of the consoles if they do it. I'm pretty sure it's probably not that much of an issue for the PC. But if they want, basically, each of the consoles have their own user interfaces, they would have to have, a blended one, somewhere in your menu, so you could, add your friend on PlayStation 4, or make a party with your friend on PlayStation 4 or Xbox, or, chat with them, or...
Do you think they're going to have it be that deep?
I mean, hopefully. If it's not, it'd been kind of pointless to cross-platform. If you're not going to be able to talk to the people, or, be in a party with them, or invite them to a game.
So you think it's going to be more than just playing online? It's going to be everything.
I think it would have to be more than just playing online, because if that's the case, you wouldn't even know if you're playing with an Xbox person. You'd
know if you're playing with a PC person.
Oh, you definitely know that. But
that ain't.
But that's of course, some issues could come from this with the whole. Of course, you have to change the interfaces, the connection between the two consoles, so the servers would have to be better. I mean, it could be a lot of downfalls to this, but I hope everything works out well and this becomes a thing. What do you think about it?
I don't know what to think. I really don't.
I mean,
do we really want to associate ourselves with Xbox people though? I mean, you've seen what they said about people's moms.
I have roots in both, so I think that would be just so epic to have.
You're a multi-pot plant.
Yeah, I like to have everything cross. I mean, I'm scared about the PC people, Because, PC Master Race, they proclaim that everywhere they go.
And they'll probably... Just think about those world leaderboards now. It's not just going to be like...
I was saying that the other day.
I
was like, the number one in the world, he must be a guy that plays nothing but games.
He's going to be on PC, most likely.
Probably.
I'd actually be surprised if he wasn't.
I think out of the top 10 in the world, if they ever had, like, cross stat boards, leaderboards, probably talking more than half would be on the computer.
Hashtag I'll be on top. Always. Pat on top.
And hopefully the developers like it too, because that's what it really comes down.
Yeah,
the developers.
Sony did say that in that press conference that it'll most likely be up to the developers who want to do that.
But I mean, that will like attract so much people to your game, though. It's like that's gonna be one of the little like highlights that they put on the cover of the game. Cross platform play. I'm like,
plus think like our friend, I won't name his name, but when he's on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
And he was in Destiny. He was our only clan member on Xbox.
True.
So like cross-platform play, we could play with him now,
Mm-hmm.
So he won't have to always be looking for randoms, since he has that us to go through. So that's another pro for the cross-platform.
And even if like a game is like dead, quote unquote, you have mostly like 2 or 3 different pots to find people to play with. So it'd be almost impossible not to find people constantly still on that game.
Exactly. Like remember, I think it was World at War. One day, you and Alex were playing on that and trying to find people.
It took like 30 minutes to find a game.
And I'm sure, like, if you had PC and all that, it'd be easier.
Yeah. Of course, they're gonna be like, if it happens, it'd be probably like another year before it becomes like viable.
Yeah.
But it's the future, and I hope it happens soon.
Speaking of the future, VR. What do you think about it?
Oh man, I don't even know if I'm ready for virtual reality. That thing. Like I just watch videos. I never actually experienced any, but this is like a nerd's dream right there.
I'd be willing to be a day one PSVR person.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like but those things they're not cheap though. That's like almost buying a whole other console.
Yeah, I think it said that the PlayStation VR one, the cheapest one, would be $400.
Yeah, that's
not including having to buy
a game.
The camera. No, the camera. You need the PlayStation camera.
Oh, you need a camera for it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it tracks you somehow.
Okay.
Future
and then
science.
adding a game to it
so
too.
That's $60.
Mm-hmm.
And then another game that's another $60. So it'll be like, what, $520?
Something like that. You're spending almost $600 for it. So, I mean, hopefully they go down with price, or like they have a bundle or something. Maybe.
Yeah, a nice bundle would do well. A bundle with
the console
with VR bundle. It comes with the VR headset, a camera, and maybe 2 Move controllers.
I got you.
Because I'm sure the Move controller will be making a comeback with this.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Like that. It was probably this is again the future. It's where it's going. Like VR. It seemed like it's like so much you can do with that. Even more than just with video games.
Did you ever see the video of the guy walking on a track with a VR headset and a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Next year. You're going to need that for Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. What are you playing?
It says it on the box.
Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy, but I like to see where it's going. It's always good to, see innovations in your favorite field, I guess.
Oh my God. Look out! Oh, the God Almighty! The God Almighty! That killed him! Oh my God. As God is my witness, he is broken in half!
Well, welcome to Wrestling Talk, the part of the podcast where we talk about wrestling. So, Nate, we went to see a show recently, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw the NXT show.
What'd you think about it?
I never went to a live wrestling event, so
Same here.
I didn't know what to expect. But I really enjoyed myself there. I feel right at home.
Yeah. Freaking, we got to see a few big names, a few no names.
We saw people that we didn't know they existed ever.
We became a fan of one.
Yeah, we did come up a fan. Oh man,
Cutler.
I hope to see more of Steve Cutler.
Yeah. I hope we get a fan name.
Definitely.
Like I don't like for Roman Reigns, his fans of the Roman Empire. Let's get something for Cutler started.
Yeah, we would all find something to be with in Cutler's thing.
Cutler's Cutters.
Yeah. we will be named something. I will make it happen.
We'll find it. We'll get it trending on Twitter.
Exactly.
Probably the best part of the night though was the Apollo Crews match. No, it was. Enzo and Mora and Big Kaz taking on the
main event.
Yeah, the main event. Taking on those vaudevillains.
Yeah.
Fucking, they're gonna be huge, Nate. They better not screw up Kaz and Enzo.
I hope the WWE doesn't.
Bada boom, realest guys in the room. They are.
They have a pretty good crowd going with them right now. But Pat has told me that some people that transfer over, it also doesn't always work though.
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, it doesn't always work, which is really sad.
Kevin Owens is doing well.
Oh yeah, he's doing all right.
Thank God he only had that short feud with John Cena. We all see what could happen with a longer feud.
Yeah, they like a lot of other people. You said they go up and down. Like I forgot the name of the guy with the rosebuds.
Oh, Adam Rose,
yeah.
Part of the Show Outcast.
Yeah, now
and Bo Dallas too.
Yeah, see what happened to them.
Exactly.
They had more of a thing in NXT when they transferred over there.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard because like they're performing in front of like small niche crowds right now.
Yeah.
But thank God they're getting bigger and more exposure. So hopefully that won't happen anymore. Yeah. Hopefully.
Now they're putting them. They having little matches at pay-per-views now, ain't it?
That was more of a house show, so that's why it was at Roadblock.
I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, even at Roadblock, Kaz and Enzo got that huge pop.
Yeah.
You heard the crowd. They were going note for note with their promos.
Yeah.
SAWFT, soft.
I mean, there's another one coming up recently that we plan on going on to. We'll be more prepared this time.
May make a sign.
Yeah, make a sign or two. But I mean, I like it.
I'm sad. I don't think that Kaz and Enzo will be there though.
Yeah, that's a while away.
Because
they probably get transferred by then.
That show's gonna be after WrestleMania.
Will it?
Yeah, WrestleMania's on April 3rd, so
yeah, it'll be.
And you know they need those big debuts for the night after.
Yeah.
And what bigger night to debut Kaz and Enzo than the Raw right after?
I got you. Yeah, some people will probably transfer over.
I was sad.
See our man Steve.
Cutler.
Cutler will be the unit, the future of WWE.
He is the future. When Roman Reigns fails, Cutler's there.
Exactly.
Take his place. I'm sad because I looked it up, and they did have another show that night, and they had all the champions.
Another show what night?
The same night we went?
Yeah.
They had another show in a different part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they had all the champions. They had Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor.
Oh man.
In the main event.
That would have been awesome to go to too. That's probably farther away though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was south of Orlando.
Oh man, yeah.
It was like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, that would have been a little drive.
But you know, it's give and take. I mean, we could have saw, and that was gonna be supposedly Sami Zayn came out that night. You know, a final farewell because that was gonna be his final show in Florida.
Yeah.
Because next they're going to they're gonna be at
Dallas.
Dallas
For a couple weeks.
I don't think a couple weeks. I think they'll tour out.
Oh,
maybe.
Well, yeah, right. Well, they'll like.
But this is gonna be
spot is there.
And Sammy's probably gonna be on Raw more.
Yeah.
He was on Raw last night.
He's gonna get it's about time for him to do the transfer.
Yeah, he probably would have done it sooner if he didn't get injured. Injuries, ooh. I don't know. You know, Adrian got Neville. Yeah. He got injured recently too. He's gonna miss WrestleMania.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Especially if you're up and coming too. Oh man.
Yeah, supposedly. Oh, and you know those guys I told you were like Charlie Hosh and Selman Benjamin?
Yeah.
They were at that show too.
Yeah,
They had all the
we
champions.
missed a lot.
But, it's give and take. We could have either seen Samoa Joe and Finn, Sammy, or we could have saw Kaz and Enzo get that win.
It's nice, though.
We got to see the Certified G.
And you can't teach that.
Exactly. So, what are you most looking forward to at WrestleMania? You can look it up if you want, right quick.
Yeah, I probably need to go look that up real fast.
All right, while you do that, I'll talk about mine. I'm really, really looking forward to the Shane and Undertaker match, just for the spectacle. I don't expect it to be, Owen versus Brett WrestleMania opener. I don't expect it to be, a technical masterpiece. But, we've seen Shane do a lot of crazy stuff over the years, and I'm sure in a Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker, he's gonna probably, bring it. Oh, I saw that face. What'd you read? What'd you read?
I was reading that Callisto versus
Kalisto?
versus Ryback match. Oh man. Oof.
Yeah, it's I don't know. They turned him heel again. I don't know what.
I guess I'm ready for that Triple H versus Roman Reigns match. It's about time Roman has his WrestleMania moment.
His moment in the sun.
Yeah.
Should have got it last year, but fans.
Yeah, I don't know. Fans are weird.
They were, and I told you about it, right? That they were cheering him like late last year, and then right when we started getting on the road to WrestleMania, the booing continued again.
Yeah, I know people are flip flop with Roman Reigns.
So what do you think there's gonna be? Probably Triple H's last, actual title in the company.
I would hope it is.
I hope too, and I think it will be.
I mean, their whole bad guy thing has been going on for a little bit too long.
The Authority.
Yeah. But I mean, hopefully this is his last one, so they can start focusing on.
It's kind of sad when the biggest heels on the show are a couple who doesn't even wrestle that much anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
biggest heels are people that wrestle once a year.
Yeah. Seth Rollins was doing his thing, but then injury.
Yeah.
But other than Seth, there hasn't really been a top heel recently.
Especially with a lot of the people getting injured.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen
This will be the first WrestleMania in a long time without John Cena or Randy Orton, right?
since 20.
Yeah, that's almost 12 years.
I'm gonna be sad. We're gonna watch it, then somewhere in the show we're gonna feel like something's not right. Being so used to seeing Randy and John at least on one match. It's changing of the guard. It's the changing of the guard. Kind of wish Seth could have been on the show too. He was killing it last year.
Yeah, but injuries getting people. It's good. It's better to see them in good health, anyways.
Better not to rush it.
Yeah, definitely.
And welcome to Retrospective, when we retrospect on a retro thing.
I think that's too many retros.
Retrospectro. Anyway, Nate, what did we recently see?
Alright, so we recently watched the first episode of That 70s Show.
Uh-huh. And wow, did that take me back. 1998. Ooh.
Yeah,
I was 3.
I was about 4. So obviously I didn't actually watch the show way back then. But it was good to see what was popular at the time.
I watched it as I grew older.
I enjoyed the show, that episode, because I didn't watch the whole show, the whole series, but I enjoyed that episode. It was funny.
Yeah, I actually liked how they introduced everyone. Eric in the beginning, like Eric's friends were trying to talk him into getting the beer.
Yeah.
So you found out they were like pushing him to do stuff. So Eric was a good kid with bad friends.
Yeah.
We saw that Donna has a crush on him. He likes her too.
Girl next door thing.
Yeah. We got the fucking. We learned about his mom being, a little uptight.
Yeah.
His dad being a hard ass, like right out the gate.
It's like a good rap on all the characters.
Exactly. It's a really good preview to the show coming up. Then we found out about Kelso's girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, being the annoying chick. And, of course, Foreign Kid Fez.
Always gotta have foreign kid.
Gotta have that diversity.
Yeah. Always.
Which is one thing that show does not have a lot of. I think I've watched 15. I got to episode 15.
Yeah.
When I started watching the show that I used to like, I binge it. Like I did with Malcolm in the Middle. And episode 15, I probably saw 2 or 3 black people so far. Not counting The Rock. The Rock was in an episode playing Rocky Johnson as dad.
Wow.
Which is totally not canon because back in those days, WWF was only in New York. Because it was territory time and blah, blah, blah. So.
I like the setup of the show too. Like you gotta have a feeling that it's gonna be there for a while because they're young. Like I think they say he was like 17.
Yeah, they were.
And the show goes for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So.
And it was only 1976 when it started. In that 70s show, I have a feeling. I think I remember the last episode was New Year's in 79. So.
Yeah.
They have a lot to cover in that time.
Definitely. But I never watched like a lot of the 70s show. I just know like bits and pieces. But it was entertaining, and I would watch it. I would continue watching the series again. So
for this retrospective, you'd give that show still holds up.
I think it still holds up in current day. Yeah, I think it's a good comedy. I think it's probably a blend between comedy and drama at moments.
Dramedy.
Hope that doesn't get coined, but yeah,
it is a coined term. It's too late, Nate. And I like some of the reoccurring jokes on that show, like the whole they get stoned in the basement and the camera.
Yeah, and the camera goes to each of their faces,
and they talk about some of the dumbest stuff.
That's always an epic part.
That kind of reminds me of a certain video we did once.
Oh, yes.
They stole from us in the future.
We stole from them, but they stole from us. Yeah.
No, we didn't steal. We're original.
Right. And the classic theme song they have too was also catchy.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for us today. Nate, you got any closing thoughts? Anything you recommend our fans to watch or play?
Alright, I'll say you guys should check out the Division. I've been playing the game. I really like it. For any of those people that like loot and like to collect things, it's where to go. It's challenging too. For any of those like something that's more challenging. It's a good game. But you can play it solo with your friends. It's worth the buy. You get the Nate seal of approval.
Just remember to get that PS Plus or Xbox Live.
Exactly.
Or play it for free on Steam. Pirate. And I guess even though we were talking a lot of stuff about superhero movies, you said Batman v Superman's coming out soon?
Yes.
I'd recommend that just to see where the series is going. Gonna see Doomsday probably. Hope it's not Doomsday. Doomsday should get his own movie.
Definitely.
Versus Superman. Big villain. So yeah, I'd recommend that movie. And that does it for us on this NeamStream Podcast. Have yourselves a great day. I'm NeamStream Pat.
Broke Bottle here. Nate.
And we'll catch you next time.